Oh, yes, I have done for 5 years, 6 years. You will see that another problem is that you have acted in this way, it will give a negative impressions in the Vivian's mind, in your daughters, in your wife, in your mother, in everyone, also in the society. They will talk. You look at this, they are practicing Eastern wisdom and they have reached to this stage. It's better not to practice. I'm not concerned about it. I
No,
can I can earn
that teaches
anything,
us the
I
thing,
can
right?
I have other capacities. I can earn and maintain my livelihood. I don't have too many expectations in my life. Perhaps Nancy has stopped. She wrote to me that I will tell you when to restart. She stopped.
Before me, though, right? Because she was asking me if she should go see you again, and I said, of course, I would say yes.
And so
But
she started, and after this incident, perhaps she wrote to me that I will tell you when to start.
Mm.
So I'm okay with it, but you see that those impressions reveals my behavior and attitude. That changes completely.
Mm.
That changes completely, and that is what is known as the prarabdha. That is known as the past impressions.
Mm-hmm.
We discussed about body, mind, mind, intellect, ego, past impression, prarabdha. Then include the body, action, and the speech. They all are great obstacles of which we are not aware, and they may reveal the past impressions and cause you lot of challenges.
Mm. Yeah,
40.
there's, I mean, if you think about, there's one, I mean, the past impressions are of of the whole mind, right? I mean, well, if we don't clear we have to transcend. I imagine we can't clear that out, can we? That's not what we're doing.
No, we can clear it. Transcending means I'm not impacted by it.
Mm.
So when I'm not impacted by it, these impressions are not entering into my mind. Means I'm not boosting them. So when I'm not boosting them, triggering them over a period of time, they will die on their own death. I'm not showing that I'm a great seeker. Look at me. So somewhere from the deep down, your ego wanted to prove that now I have changed. Look at me, Carlin, I have changed. What kind of a person we are? We are not a seeker. We are not a seeker. And one incident, to change one incident like this, it takes years. You'll be surprised. It will multiply. It will multiply in the eyes of others. They will backfire you. They will express in a different way. Whether you react or you maintain the calmness, you have to maintain that poise and resilience for at least couple of months and years to return to the same state until the people outside will say, okay, he seems to be normal. Yes, I was very much concerned, and a whole night I was praying. I said, okay, let you return to your senses.
Thank you.
Another part is that Eastern wisdom is not going out of your senses. I'm living in awareness. I'm living in awareness. So, bhakti is the path beyond the expectations. Imagine your heart as a boat on a stormy sea. So, let me talk about few of these things so that you will be more clear and your mind, discerning intellect, will follow the path. Imagine
mind? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Would you be okay doing an invocation before we start?
Yes, 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 that is very good. Sarvesham swastirbhavatu. Sarvesham swastirbhavatu. Sarvesham swastirbhavatu. May there be happiness for all. Why? Happiness is our essential nature. So if it is my essential nature, I don't have any expectations from the world outside. If I don't have any expectations, I don't show a variable thought, speech, and action and behavior in the world. I maintain that poise of happiness within me, and that is enough to express happiness in others. I'm giving a current interpretation with relationship to your challenges. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Same logic you apply. Intellect says yes, peace is essential nature. Why to show any tantrum in relationship in the world outside if peace is my essential need? Should I need to prove that I am in peace? No. My presence tells me that I am in peace. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness in all. Why completeness? Ego always gives us a sense of incompleteness. Ego always runs in the world to prove how complete I am. When it runs in the world to prove how complete I am through my thought, speech, and action, people normally sense it and they say this guy is crazy. Don't pay too many attention, or they start reacting against you. So, but when we transcend the ego, then we experience that real self is of the nature of completeness. See that. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness. Auspiciousness is already there. Bhakti is to receive this auspiciousness all the time, not to demonstrate outside. Exceptional cases. Ramakrishna did penance and austerity for 7 or 8 years to get rid of the expectations. After that, you have such an emotional expression, it works. People will recognize you as a great seeker. Even though Upanishad says it is a kind of a weak emotional trigger into the body. But when the knowledge, the discernment is settled, we abide with the discernment, that kind of emotional trigger and manifestation does not occur. Knowledge and the love merge together. That is our topic today. Open your eyes. So imagine your heart is a boat on a stormy sea. The waves are expectations, each crest a hope, each through a fear. The real bhakti is the anchor that keeps you steady, not by stopping the storm, but by shifting your focus to the shore. You understand? Fixing your focus is on the shore. Your focus in the shore inside. So outer expression, reaction will never happen. When it never happens, you are already full of devotion for the Shiva. Shiva is the constant beneath all the chains.
What does one do if we're literally not the doer and the doing is against opinions? I'm not sure what to do about that. Like the other night I was, as I mentioned, I was in my practice and I've been embodying certain, if I do a mantra, then all of a sudden, and I can't come out of that.
Where is the discernment?
It's there, I'm not doing anything, but it's happening anyways. The police and Carlene and I was doing more practice. I was fine, but it was just a dramatic event.
So continue doing the same thing and remain in the prison.
I would have been just fine, and the prison was actually
your ego says that you are fine.
Ego says I'm fine?
Yeah. Ego says, I'm doing Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, and then I go, I approach your ears, I bring my lips to the ears, Om Namah Shivaya. Why? What the hell it is? Am I really good? Am I following the discernment?
Are you saying I'm doing that to someone?
No. You are just playing, you are just working in the, you are moving in the home and doing Om Namah Shivaya. One thing. Second thing, you have done it and you return. You return to the normal.
Well,
you are perfectly normal.
3 a.m. now, I understand completely. This morning I woke up at 3:30 and did my practice. I was able to chant without any trouble and move about. And then when Carly woke up, I said, yes, it was a beautiful night of sleep. Right. I don't know to what extent it needs to be.
No.
But I think that's a safe method.
Not a safe method. I have to do it with the discernment. That is what I gave the metaphor. Pay attention. Real bhakti is the anchor that keeps you steady, not by stopping the storm, but by shifting your focus to the shore, and that shore is the Shiva, the constant beneath all the change. You are looking at the Shiva, your mind is overwhelmed with the Shiva. Shiva is a state of being. Shiva is a state of love. How it can bring the trigger to the body. If it brings the trigger to the body and it makes you unconscious, and then you are asking me what to do.
But I'm never unconscious. I know exactly. That's the problem. But it's okay. We can keep. I understand what you're saying. Let's keep going.
If I'm getting carried away by ego, I'm already unconscious. I want to kill you. I made this statement. Is it coming from unconscious, or can I still say that I'm fully conscious?
Not in anger, right? Saying that is unconscious for sure.
So then what? We have to contemplate and reflect. I told you, bhakti first is the discernment, clarity. What is changing and what is not changing? Take another example. It is important to understand. Hey, are you listening to me? No, I'm not listening. I'm conscious that I don't want to listen to you. What is this?
Arrogance, probably.
It is ego. It is your ego.
I guess we're not. Okay. Yes, that's ego for sure.
So I'm doing bhakti with the ego. And bhakti means that I have to transcend the ego. What the hell I'm doing?
Shouldn't do that, for sure.
I, as a devotee or a seeker, no disturbance to anyone. No one is disturbed by me. So I will find out. I woke up at 3:30. That's what I told you. I spent about 16 hours in this room. It doesn't mean that I don't talk to her family members. Yes, I talk to them. I talk to everyone. But I have nothing to show. Nothing to demonstrate.
I have a real question that's not, maybe you can help. So you're in your room, yes, doing your practice, say, and you're in deep samadhi, and someone wants you to go to the kitchen, and you're not responding, you're not breathing.
On respect first.
So they get very scared.
By regular practice, on that respect, that honor as a seeker, so that when anyone in your family sees you, they say he is in meditation. It is better not to disturb.
I thought we were clear, but I think she's clear now. That's kind of what happened. She wanted me to be doing something, and I couldn't come out of my meditation. And I was only halfway out, and then there was police, and I could see it all going on. I was just not present physically. I don't know how to describe it, but I was not mad at anyone.
So even with the police, Om Namah Shivaya is going on.
I don't know if no, I don't think so. Was I doing that?
Yeah.
I don't believe.
You were doing
I was saying Om Namah Shivaya to police.
Yeah.
So, that's not usually the mantra I say out loud. Well, okay. Well, then maybe I was unconscious. I didn't realize that. Then yes, I was unconscious. So yes, that makes sense.
That is what I thought.
I was curious, but the respect, yeah, I was thinking a room where I could close it, right? And I don't have a space. I need to find the space.
Yes, so, or you simply say, yes, I will spend 1 and 2 hours into this meditation. I don't even pick up the phone. So is it
choice in the matter? That's the problem. I was outside sitting down. I can be walking and I can't. I was freeze and I stay that way for 2 hours. I don't. It's very scary to someone who doesn't know the seeker. I don't know what to do about it. That's why I was thinking no children around would be good till it goes away.
In the beginning, as a seeker, all the practices should be kept completely secret until we have a cognitive change. We feel that my behavior, attitude have changed. It's a cognitive change. And that cognitive change reflects in the members of the family.
I see that for sure.
And when it reflects in the family, my son used to say, "Oh no, now I'm going to sleep." Dad, when you sleep, every time I enter into your room, I saw you awake. You don't sleep. Come and sit. But he never disturbed me because he knew what I'm doing, where I'm going. He never disturbed. And even now, he makes a joke. No, Dad, you never sleep. So I have to earn that. That is what I said. I have to earn the respect as a seeker. I'm a seeker. I have not to disturb others. I have not to, hey, don't disturb me, I'm a seeker.
I don't say that at all, for sure.
But I express by
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
But I express by my attitude.
But on the flip side, if you want to feel better, I'm so happy always, and I can give it to other people, and it's so joyful. So that changed. I mean, I think maybe you've only seen a negative event, I guess. But on the
It
other side of
comes, it comes and
the,
it goes because of our impulsive nature of the mind, because of our ego. Now you see, look at the way masters have explained and clarified. Bhakti is the practice of constant awareness of Shiva in all its forms. I am seeing Shiva in you. I need not to be unconscious. I am simply seeing Shiva in you. That brings my mind absorbed deeper within. And my state of the body, mind, and intellect is steady, it is calm. It is not creating any trigger outside to call a cop. It is because of my expression, the cop is there. So I need not to have any expression at all. It is the presence of the Shiva that tells me that I am a seeker. Come on. You have to understand it perfectly. So it is cultivating humility, gratitude, reframing every experience as Shiva is more important.
I'm wondering why you taught me that there's events and situations, and you're making an event a situation.
I told you, yes. Now,
to you, it's more important than me getting a glass of water.
I told you a couple of weeks ago, which you understand now. Yes, you got it. Yes.
I completely understand. Yes.
Event is event. I need not to worry. Event. What is the event? Carlin calls you. Let the event be there. But I have to respond as a seeker.
Yes. That's the part.
So if I don't respond as a seeker, I'm unconscious. Finished.
Yes. Exactly.
See, it's a very subtle. People say that this bhakti is very easy. No, you have read all the literature. It's very easy. No, it's not very easy.
Who says it's easy?
No, many masters, in this age everything is very easy. No.
It is the most. It's the path. It's the path. It's the only path.
Now,
it's not the only path.
Now,
it's certainly the royal path. I don't know why they. Okay.
Let us understand in a different way. Imagine two rivers flowing from a different mountains, but both merging into the same ocean. Bhakti and the knowledge. Devotion and the knowledge are like these two rivers, each with its own language, expression and understanding, both pointing to the same one supreme consciousness. How? So the bhakti says, language. I said language says. So I am qualifying it. Bhakti says, you alone are everywhere, you alone do all. I have referred to you many a times that the moment I start giving a lesson, I see my master appears in the name and the form of all my students. So that sense of gratitude and the humility is always there. Even if it is not there, it returns. What the bhakti says, pay attention. Bhakti says, you alone are everywhere. You, Shiva alone is everywhere. And what the knowledge says, I alone am the reality. The reality lies in me. Everything is in me like waves in the ocean. Both has to be together to that leads to a greater bhakti. Again I am saying, you alone are everywhere. It means you all are in all the waves. What are those waves? Vivian, your other daughters, here, Carlin, your mom. So will you not be aware, or will you lose your awareness? You say, No, I'm a devotee, I'm a Bhakti.
Well, I did not know anyone was home. I thought I was in the backyard by myself. I mean, I would never do that to anyone. I didn't. All of a sudden, there was cops in my living room. But yes,
No, it's okay.
To be unconscious in front of, no, I try not to scare anyone. I would never do that on purpose.
Yes, yes. When it happens, you don't do it on a purpose, but it happens. It is the impulsive mind guided by the ego. But the knowledge says, I alone am that, real self is within me, Shiva is within me, everything is in me, like the waves in the ocean. I need not to worry. Carlin said,
Sorry.
I will call the cop. Dear honey, you need not to do it. Let us have a cup of tea or coffee. You both have a cup of tea and coffee. Then you say, honey, can I spend 1 hour in meditation? Is it okay for you? I'll return after an hour. And then we will take it.
We are very clear now. I thought we were clear before, but now we have a good understanding, Carly and myself.
No.
It took a minute, and maybe it took a whole night of reflection, but it was he didn't mean anything.
So the bhakta, a devotee, or you can say a seeker of the bhakti, sees the Shiva everywhere. And the seeker of the knowledge experiences the self as everyone. I am you. That is the difference. And that difference comes from understanding, comes from regular practice, comes with the humility, comes with the gratitude. If they are not present, I know, I can tell you, I have seen, this is a couple of the cases here.
You're going to be so happy by my case.
I was concerned. I won't say I was happy. I was concerned, that's why I was sitting the whole night. It used to happen.
I wish they wouldn't have called you. I feel bad about that.
It used to happen in India. I used to run 5 days intensive program, 5 hours every day, Monday to
program.
Yeah.
Or a meditation program.
Yeah, Eastern Wisdom program. I used to pick up a topic, so I had 25 hours. Talk, practice, alternative, sharing the experiences. On the third day, many people know it very well. That some people say, one guy I still remember, he started laughing. And he continued laughing for half an hour. He was exhausted and he is still laughing. And then I brought him to the podium. I said, okay, now keep laughing. Are you laughing at yourself or are you laughing at your honey whom you are making food?
Was he just laughing? Why did he have a reason?
Ego. Ego, and I made you food, past impressions were buried there. Second guy started crying. So they used to cry. And I used to have 50 students, almost 2 or 3 or 4. On the third day, they always have those expressions because their mind is not purified, and these principles associated with the ego and the past impression which results into these expressions.
Did I ever tell you I was in an ashram in Tennessee and we were doing a meditation, and I remember seeing, it was just a very peaceful light, but then I started to hear noises, stomping, snakes, donkeys, chickens.
Yeah.
And I opened my eyes and looked around, and everyone was bouncing about like they were farm animals. The entire place was acting insane. And then, and they finished the meditation, and I remember the people around me didn't know they had done that. And I remember it was the strangest thing I'd ever seen. But that was about day 3 or into pretty intensive program. I've never been able to answer that. It was a very strange experience. But yeah, now that you say that, I think it was premature. They weren't ready for that, right? And
Yeah.
then all that
Yeah.
is expressing itself.
Yeah.
Okay, I
The
understand.
heart of devotion and the clarity of knowledge are two ways of singing the same song. It took me 10 years to find that balance. It becomes very difficult for me to cry or to shed tears of emotions, but at the same time, I'm full of love, caring, and sharing.
Do you ever wonder your timeline
Not
gets
too much,
imposed on anyone?
because I was more in the beginning. I had Bhakti, but then came the knowledge and encountered with U.G. Krishnamurti, who was an extraordinary, logical, and authentic.
I've read his stuff.
And he never had any emotions. So on one side, I was learning from my master. On one side, I was receiving the inputs from U.G. Krishnamurti. So they both balanced. But it took 8 or 9 years to reach to that kind of a balance. Whether you say you are all or I am all, you are expressing the one reality. But it is with the knowledge, it is with the awareness. When you mature in spirituality, you see the love and the wisdom are not enemies, they are allies. Why should I get flared by the emotion leading you to the same truth? I have to understand that clearly. I may be full of love, I may not be expressing it. Then what? Should I express? No. Embrace both with an open heart in the intellect. Bhakti is the devotion to the divine. Knowledge is the knowledge of the self. And that self is the divine. Both dissolve the ego. Both dissolve the ego and leads to awakening. Each through its own path. So it means my focus is impulsive nature. Has any thought comes, yes? No, I have to get rid of it.
It feels like that statement. I feel like you end up here what you just said, but then Bhakti takes us, and you can't go further with this knowledge. I don't know. This
No.
feels like
Bhakti takes you the Shiva. The knowledge goes further. Shiva is you. Finished.
Yeah, but then you have Krishna, right?
Now,
We're stopping
whether you say Krishna, Krishna is again the same supreme consciousness, same real self.
Piece of Krishna.
Yeah. Krishna is nothing but permanent peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. But as long as we have a duality, we are stuck with the knowledge. That is why you say the knowledge is not going up. Only the bhakti is going up. The knowledge also leads to the dissolving of the duality and the delusion. That I think
not the end of seeking, right? That's the beginning. That's the beginning of real seeking, I would imagine.
Bhakti and knowledge are two sides of the same coin. Who says this? Maharshi Raman. And that inspired me so much. That motivated me so much. He said, can I live into that knowledge? Knowledge of love and the love of knowledge. Can you see both devotion and knowledge as paths to the same truth? Why we don't see? Because of our ignorance and delusion, because of our doubt still remains, and that dissolves step by step. But now comes the main thing. You have to understand it clearly. I'm adding the word grace. Grace or a blessing. So, what is the relationship between the devotion and the grace? So, if you start jumping Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, you see many religious meetings. Have you seen even in Christianity, in all the religions, you have seen those priests, they start doing, oh, now the Christ has appeared, and they fell down. They do some kind of magic. It has nothing to do with the spirituality. They never realize the highest. Finished. Eastern wisdom is very clear about it.
Will you say the same? Are you saying priests across the world or only Christian priests?
No, all, from all the religions. From all the religions. I was in Indonesia, and then there was a Muslim priest. There was a long silver needle, very long, maybe 3 feet, and they go into a trance because of chanting certain mantras. You can go into it. In Tantra Yoga, we have those. We have not to use the Om Namah Shivaya to go into trance. Now, as you said, they are conscious. They are conscious, and they pierce the needle from one side of the cheek to the other. They pierce from the neck. They pierce from the shoulder. Is that spirituality? Why? Are you making fool?
Why are they doing that? What is that?
Demonstration. So you have a very lower level of demonstration. They have a little higher level of demonstration. That is the only difference.
I see. They can put a. I see.
Yeah.
I'm so spiritual. I can put a nail through
and
my group.
the people get attracted to these magical, supernatural, so-called feat, which they claim as the spirituality. It has nothing to do with the spirituality. That's why the name of my master is not so famous. He doesn't want to be. He said no.
Can you say it again?
That is why my master never became so famous.
Oh, I'm sorry, his name.
Yeah, his name he did not become famous. And because I lived with him for 26 years, so it did not attract me.
I would just like to hear his name if I could. Can you say his name, please?
My name of my master?
Yes.
Swami Lakshman Das. Swami Lakshman Das of Dhoot. So spiritual realization is not a magic. It is a shift in how you recognize the highest consciousness. So we are coming to the grace. Imagine a locked door to a garden of peace and wisdom. Your effort brings you to the door, but only the grace can turn the key to let you in. Pay attention. But if instead of a grace it is the ego, it will destroy you. Again, what I'm saying, I'm making it very clear. You have to contemplate and reflect this week completely. Imagine a locked door to a garden of peace and wisdom. Your personal effort. What is your personal effort? Your practice of meditation, your contemplation and reflection. You maintain that awareness. You don't allow the ego to take it. When you don't allow the ego to take over you, your personal effort reaches to the state of saturation. Now the grace will descend. In that grace will descend. Hey, what are you doing? You open your eyes, you are very aware. But still the grace is going there. Nobody is disturbing your meditation. You don't get upset. But if you get upset, it is your ego. Instead of a grace, it is your ego.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm just making, I was thinking and then I...
that's very clear, thank you. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
And I just want to make you clear, that is the way we follow. I wanted to go through the chapter 8, but I said no, not today. Next week we will go. These issues has to be clear. So that is the grace, the bhakti. What is bhakti? That includes satsang, listening, learning, contemplation, reflection. That includes self-inquiry. That includes chanting of the mantra. That includes love for the Shiva. In our case, yes, everything is okay. But
what about chanting? Did you ever do singing at all or anything like that?
yeah, Lord of singing. Om Namo Devyai Mahadevyai Shivayai Satatam Namo Namo Prakriti Bhadraya Niyata Pranata Smatam Rudraya Namo Nityaya Gaurye Dhatrayi Namo Namo Jyotsnaya Chandrupini Sukhayai Satatam Namo. This is you can say the chanting for the wife of the Shiva. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Vishnumayati Shabdita Namastasya 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 Namo Namo. Now understand one line only. Then we will move further. Oh Goddess Durga, you are seated in me as consciousness. That is why I do Namaste, Namaste, Namaste to you. If I don't move the mind with that discernment, then what will happen? The ego will take over. Ego will backfire. Oh, I see the Goddess Durga. Now that is a crazy stuff. That is your emotional weakness. You don't have a nerve of steel. You are not doing the discernment. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Sanstita. I get so much emotional. What is that? Oh Goddess Durga, you are seated in me as permanent peace. Seated in me. In me means that my body is still, my mind is calm, and I could reveal that peace in me. I need not to demonstrate.
No, you don't.
I'm in peace. Yes, I do the singing almost. There are a couple of singing, I always love to do it.
I love the idea of she's in me, but I'm not in her, right? Or, I don't know, I love when the teaching comes out. Can we, do you mind that? Is that going to take, how many lines are in that? Are you busy? Can you finish it?
It has
take a while, I guess.
32. It has 64 lines.
Oh my goodness, okay. But maybe next time. One line a day, one line a week. Maybe.
One line.
I really like that. Sounds really nice.
The I sense dissolves when you recognize. This is the grace. When you recognize the peace is seated as you.
How do you recognize grace?
That is what the grace is. I'm coming to that gradually. So first thing to understand.
I was wondering how you recognize grace as an individual.
Oh, grace is always there. I'm able to speak to you. It is only because of the grace. You see, my expression, my teaching to you is outer. But this outer expression depends on many factors. That is all grace. What are those factors? I had been fortunate enough to be with my master. I have that awareness while expressing to you, which comes out as a teaching. That is a grace. My larynx and vocal cord is working fine. That is a grace. That you are listening to me, that too is a grace. How can you not recognize the grace? I am able to speak with that energy. Is it not a grace of Goddess, God Shiva? You are full of grace all the time. You are all the time offering the grace and the blessing to me. What else can I offer to you except I can say namaste to you?
And love. Right? Offer my love.
So grace is always there. Can you see the grace every moment, or is it still hidden behind your effort? That is the problem. Effort contains whether it's a very minimal ego or a big ego. Personal effort is always has a content of ego. Remember this. Personal effort has to stop to replace grace.
How do you distinguish between the two?
Yes, we are coming to that. Yes, don't use your intellect as a ego. You have to contemplate and reflect and recognize and sit in meditation with these words which I am going to speak. Otherwise, dry intellectual understanding will move forwards towards the ego minus grace. So now grace and the personal effort are not opposite. First thing to understand. I'm going step by step. Going step by step. Grace or blessing and personal effort. I'm saying, I have decided to do Om Namah Shivaya. So that is personal effort. And the grace are not opposite but partners on the spiritual path. First thing to understand. Effort prepares the ground like tilling the soil. Om Namah Shivaya. Ego comes, drop it. Impulsive nature comes, drop it. No, let me start it. Tilling the soil so that when grace rains down, it can take root and bear the fruit. Hold on. Bhakti or a devotion is the heart's openness that allows grace to awaken and transform the seeker. So it means what I am doing by Om Namah Shivaya, I am opening the heart. What do you mean by opening the heart? It is already blocked by the impurities and the ego and my dry intellectual conviction. It may take me outside. No, I remain inside. Realization is not something you force. It is a change in perception. When you see every experience as a grace, you begin to live in bhakti. But bhakti starts with effort. I just told you. When you see every experience as a grace, no, I see every experience as my magic. I can put my needle into my cheeks. Yes, I can do it. I can show those things easily. I can attract, but I cannot bring any change in anyone in my life. I cannot bring the change. I cannot be the change.
For instance, right, being crazy the other night scares away non-seekers. It creates peace. Therefore, that could be grace, could it not?
Yes. And instead of you continue to say Om Namah Shivaya and you go to any church and there you show yourself, you will be a great priest, and then you start blessing everyone.
Be a great fool, probably.
So that is also possible. So when you see every experience as a grace, you begin to live in bhakti, devotion that flows naturally from recognizing the one behind all. It means you are able to maintain the discernment. You are able to recognize, you feel that presence behind all. You don't see the presence of the ego behind all. That is your unconscious approach, conscious approach that you feel. This is not passive. It is active surrender. It is active bhakti. When every action becomes worship. And when every action becomes worship, where is the question of calling the cop?
Right. True. That's very true.
I'm just relating, you have with the, I'm sorry to say, and I have to be a little tough, where every action becomes worship and every moment a chance to connect with the divine. Wow. Grace is the key. Devotion is the door. Bhakti is the door. Grace is the key. And real self is the only reality. Finished. Contemplate on the three phrases. Grace and blessing is the key. Devotion is the door. So devotion, you start with the personal effort, that devotion. Grace is the key. The grace opens the key and you find that you are the real self. You are the peace, happiness, love, truth and wisdom. You are awakened. Grace is the divine hand that guides and transforms effort into devotion. Another way, very subtle, we have to contemplate. Grace is the divine hand. I'm too far, or I'm not aware. Even the grace is every moment. It is everywhere. It is every moment. Thank God. When I wake up, I say, thank God I'm still alive today. It is because of your grace. I cannot be alive today because of my own effort. Is it possible? Tell me. Is it not a grace?
Mm-hmm. Grace can be so basic, right?
So if I get emotional, if you get emotional with this thought, yes, that is okay. Then you are absorbed in yourself. Grace is every day I wake up and I say, my goodness, thank God. Grace is the divine hand that guides and transforms effort into devotion. What it means, you are making an effort on. So sometime I used to do loudly, and then mind is so much focused inside, it says forget about it, do it mentally. I stop doing verbally, mentally, and then it is a non-verbal, and then even Om Namah Shivaya is gone. Now the door is open, grace is there.
Did you walk through it? It's a good story. Did you walk through the door? I bet most people don't, right? It's scary.
That is, so what happens in that, the moment transition phase, that transition phase is in Christianity is called the dark night of the soul. Why it is known as the dark night of the soul? You have a razor's edge. What is the razor's edge? One takes you to the ego and the past impression and impurities, another takes you to. It is always there. That is why we say we need a teacher to take care of you.
Madman mystic.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, it is. Without grace, effort alone lead to egoistic doership. I am explaining what you have gone through. Without grace, effort alone leads to egoistic worship or doership. With grace, every action becomes an offering. Why should I not maintain an awareness that it is because of the grace I am able to speak to you, I am able to pass on this knowledge to you? Where is the problem? But if the problem is there, then it will be very good. Then I would have been reactive to you with those experiences you had. I would have been fought with you. I would say, forget about it. Practice self-inquiry, satsang and bhakti, surrender and the deed, they all work together. Can you see the grace in every moment, or is it still hidden behind your effort? Grace in that is very important one. Grace and effort must work in seeker. If I am a seeker, the grace and the effort must work in seeker to reveal real self leads to bhakti. Now today I will do the practice, 3 hours of the practice. Don't disturb me. Don't disturb me. Oh, my mind is focused outside. Who is going to disturb me? I already have an idea about it. My mind is not focused inside. It is not devoted to the Shiva. It is devoted to Kardin. It is devoted to Michelle. It is devoted to, or you can name lot of people. It is devoted to lot of situations with lot of events which I convert into an incident. And I am ready to convert into an incident. What the hell? Why you are disturbing me? It happened to me also. That is why I'm explaining you. I had those experiences, and but once I have that recognition, who can disturb me? Who can disturb me? Effort is the sincere practice of self inquiry, meditation, mantra, contemplation, reflection, but consistent living in awareness, discernment. That is my effort. So if that effort is there, I'm awake all the time. I'm awake when the Michelle disturbs me. Hey, come here. Prepare a cup of tea. Oh, yes, honey, I will come and prepare a cup of tea for you. Can you wait for just few minutes? You say it casually to her, and you are free. You complete, and you go.
That makes sense.
Thank you, Shiva. At least you gave me an opportunity to prepare a cup of tea for you. Michelle is gone. You don't react. You don't fight. Are you understanding? Grace is the presence of the Shiva that flows into your life when your heart is open, when your mind is still. In ego, with impulsive mind, your mind is totally full of reactive thoughts. Your heart is closed. You may have done Om Namah Shivaya 10 million times. Then what?
Make a bad name for Shiva.
Shiva is not effective.
You're right. Yeah,
that is my perception. Shiva is not effective. Effort makes you receptive. Effort does not make you reactive. Write it down. Write it down in your head. All the time. Effort does not make you reactive, impulsive. Did you understand that clearly?
Mm-hmm.
Grace is the actual transformation. Effort does not make you reactive. So what is the grace? You have already transformed. When you said, oh yes, Michelle, please sit down. Let me have a cup of tea for you, and we will sit together and talk. Now the Michelle is reactive and upset, but you continue to say it. The grace is already flowing in you. You recognize, you experience the grace. Where is the problem?
No problem.
So if you have to show the same tantrum, it is better to join some shaman or some
I could wear a leopard skin and
yeah.
Don't worry, I joined a new group. It's just it's my new religion. No, I'll leave it.
I had a very close interaction with the shaman in New Jersey. Very close interaction. I will tell you the story sometime later.
Yeah, I'd be curious what that looks like.
Bhakti is the practice of love. It is the practice of gratitude. It is the practice of offering your ego, all your impulsive thoughts to the Shiva. Whether you say Om Namah Shivaya or you don't say it, it does not matter. But while saying the Om Namah Shivaya, you are offering this thought also you to the Shiva, this thought also to the Shiva, because the mind triggers you. Mind thinks of the Michelle, mind thinks of the Michael, mind thinks of the Nancy, so-called. So that very thought, you are saying, no, that is also yours. Through devotion, you begin to see grace in every experience, that joy, challenge, and even suffering. Whether there is a joy, there is a challenge, there is a suffering, you are there. You are there. Bhakti helps you recognize grace by opening your heart. That is the meaning of opening your heart. Because who is blocking? Ego. Who is blocking? Impulsive thought. Who is blocking? A separate I maker. So that I maker is always impulsive and reactive. This surrender allows grace to work freely, leading to deeper peace and recognition and realization. Arvindo, I still remember, I read this maybe 40 years ago. You should have a nerve of the steel to practice to become a seeker. He summarized it by the fourfold practices which we have done a couple of years ago. Fourfold practices: discernment, dispassion. So how the Aurobindo speaks of nerve of steel? 6 treasures.
I remember you used to teach that.
Inner calm, external calm, constant awareness of the Shiva. Here in this case, titiksha, endurance means resilience, forbearance and equanimity is there. Equanimity means what? Michelle says you something or doesn't say something. You are equal in both the conditions.
Mm-hmm. Inside.
Yes, last point. Bhakti is not a practice, it is a state of being where grace enters. Means your personal effort has reached to a point of saturation. Now the only chance, the grace is there.
Then,
but personal effort continues with the ego. You identify with the ego and impulsive nature of the mind, and then instead of a grace, what happened to you will happen to everyone. Recognizing grace means seeing the divine hand in both the big and the small moments of your life. Understanding that what feels like luck or coincidence is actually the gentle touch of something greater. Sometimes, yes, intangible things also, receiving unexpected kindness from a stranger during a hard time. But your heart should remain open. Condition is that a sudden insight or clarity during meditation or prayer. But to have an insight, I should live in self-awareness to receive that. Being forgiven or shown compassion when you least expect it. I can talk volumes about this. If I have a corresponding loving emotion towards you continuously, without fail, you will surely think about me in a positive manner, with love and care. That you missed with your honey. So your honey says, call the cow. What a crazy stuff this is. I am opening you. I'm making you naked. And it is important. Being forgiven. Grace is like a gentle breeze but felt, bringing peace and renewal. Grace is a boundless ocean, always present, embracing and sustaining. Grace is a golden stream, flowing, nourishing and refreshing you all the time. Grace is the rising sun, bringing hope and dispelling darkness. Grace is not something you earn, it is a gift that comes to you. But yes, it depends on the personal effort. Recognizing grace shifts your perspective. Final thing, shift your perspective from, let me rephrase it. It shifts your perspective from I did this to this was given to me. Dissolving your ego and opening the heart. This session was given to me by the divine because behind Shiva kept my larynx and vocal cord and my memory and my intellect in tune with the topic. What I did, I simply spoke to you and I passed on the information in American English. That's all.
That's true.
But the grace is there. It's a golden stream.
Great.
Can I recognize that grace where I have received help or kindness I didn't deserve? And I always think that I didn't deserve passing on this knowledge to the people. It is all the Master. Grace is the presence and action of the divine in your life. Recognizing grace leads to humility. Gratitude, I have already spoken of that. I have. So just you have to contemplate, reflect this week and reach to a state of point of